Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. How are we doing? It's good to be here again. How's everyone doing? How's everybody doing? It's good to be here. And like I said, I am committed to ensuring that I eliminate your confusion when it comes to your study abroad and relocation journey. Like, I am committed to that. If you are joining us today, I welcome all of you. I am streaming live today on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, where I'm using the same device to stream live on Facebook and YouTube, and I am sharing my screen there. So if you know that on Instagram, I am able to share my screen on Instagram because I'm streaming with my phone to Instagram. But on YouTube and on Facebook, I am streaming with my computer, and the app I use to stream there allows me to share my screen. So I'm sharing my screen, and I'll be taking us through the government website on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you want to see the screen that I am sharing, I would advise that you go to my live session right now that is streaming on YouTube, on Facebook at Zino Ojogbo. That is ZINOOJOGBO. If you are joining me on Instagram, I'm sorry, but you will not be able to see the screen that I am sharing. Do we understand what I have just said? Please let me know that you understand what I've just said. If you are joining me on Instagram, you will not be able to see the screen that I am sharing live right now, which people on Facebook and on YouTube can see. So if you are interested in seeing that screen that I'm sharing, please go and join my live right now on YouTube or on Facebook. Okay, now that that is said. So today I'm going to be talking about like the new government changes on postgraduate work permits in Canada. So I've been seeing a lot of things fly around, a lot of information have been flying around. So my Facebook, you find me on Facebook or on YouTube at Zino Ojogbo. That is ZINOOJOGBO. Zino Ojogbo. ZINOOJOGBO. Okay. Yeah. So people on YouTube and on Facebook, please tell me that you can see my screen. Just type yes in the comments. Yeah, so today this live session is going to address the new postgraduate work permit requirements that the government of Canada shared. And I've been seeing a lot of information flying around on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all over the place. And I see that there is some sort of miscommunication there. So today I came here live to show you from the original source on the Canada.ca website, which is the place where you should go to get valid, concrete, correct information if you are looking for anything regarding immigration in Canada, the official Canada.ca website. Baby, can you please let me bring my laptop charger? It's in the big dining area. So today I'll be taking you through the Canada.ca website. Okay, somebody said I should pin my name. So let me pin my name that you used to find me on YouTube or on Facebook. And the reason why you are going there is because I am sharing my screen there. That's the reason. It's not anything else. How do I pin this thing now? Pin comment. Okay. Yeah. So I've pinned it there. So if you are joining me and you want to see my screen, come to YouTube. Can you please help me untangle it? Oh, really? Okay, yeah. So now the government announced new updates regarding postgraduate work permits in Canada. And the news that have been going around, some of them are not correct, or I would say many of them are incomplete. So the information you've been seeing around is incomplete. So the official Canada website where you find anything regarding Canada is Canada.ca. So Canada.ca has everything. So of course, you know those / and / depending on what you are looking for, right? So today I've taken us to, for those of you that can see my screen, I've taken us to the Government of Canada website, which is the Canada.ca website, where what you can see is the changes to postgraduate work permit eligibility criteria. So they announced this change, and they have said that there will be some changes. Before now, what did you have to do for you to be eligible for postgraduate work permit in Canada? First of all, you need to study in Canada. And you need to study in Canada for at least 8 months for you to be eligible for a study permit or postgraduate work permit of between 8 months to 3 years. That was the range of postgraduate work permit. So the length of time that you do your program will determine how long your postgraduate work permit would be. So now, yesterday, the government announced there was a new announcement, and this is what we're talking about today. So now the changes in postgraduate work permit eligibility criteria, what this means is that this is what you need to do for you to be eligible for a postgraduate work permit in Canada after you have completed your studies. I am looking at this information from the canada.ca/immigration citizenship website, right? So the canada.ca website. I can copy this link and paste it for us in the comments on YouTube, so that if people can see it, where I'm looking at this information from. It's important that you are able to get this information yourself. Or if posted on YouTube, you can post on Facebook. Okay. So now, that being said, let's look at it. So on this page, it tells us what has not changed. So when it says what has not changed, it means that what was applicable before that has not changed. It says that. I'm not going to do that because we already know what it used to be before, like I've said. Then it now says new eligibility requirements. So in terms of the new eligibility requirements, they brought two things. I should have put a board here. In terms of the new eligibility requirement, they brought two things. The two new things that they have brought now, and this takes effect for people applying for postgraduate work permits starting in after November 1st. So if you have applied already for your postgraduate work permit, this will not apply to you. But anybody that is applying after November 1st, postgraduate work permit eligibility requirements would apply to them. Okay. So the first thing it says is that there are two things. The first one is language requirements, and the second one is field of study requirements. We'll go over them one after the other. So now, so like I said, if you applied before November 1st and if you applied after November 1st, so we're going to look at the ones that if you apply after November 1st, because it has a lot of requirements here. So it says that if you submit your study permit on or after November 1st, you must meet the new study permit requirements. So what are the requirements? If you graduated from, listen attentively, this part. If you graduated from a bachelor's degree, master's degree, or a PhD program, you need to show language requirements. So you have to do proof of English test, whether IELTS or CELPIP, the Canada one. So you have to do proof of English test. And then, so they have a specific band that you should meet in your proof of English test. So it says that you should meet band 7. Anybody that studies for the English test will be able to reach band 7. We can talk about what band 7 is, but band 7, when it says band 7, it means the minimum you can get in the different testing: speaking, writing, listening, and reading. So that's band 7. That's all the 4 testing areas. Then this is the second part that has been flying around. Pay attention. So the second one, after the English test requirement, they now have the field of study requirement. Now look at this part, field of study requirements. Sorry, look at the field of study requirements for bachelor's degree, master's, and PhD. All fields of study are eligible. There is no additional field of study requirements. So what this means, let me explain what field of study requirements means. What this means is that now you are going to study a specific course. They have now set a field of study requirements that for you to be eligible for postgraduate work permit, you must have studied a course in this area. However, this requirement does not apply to the people that are doing bachelor's degree, master's degree, or PhD. So if you have done this bachelor's, master's, or PhD, any course, any program, and you have done your English test requirement, your language requirement, you are eligible to apply for postgraduate work permits. Now, let's keep reading. It now says for the second one, if you graduated from a college or any other program not listed above. So, graduated from a college or any other program means that you are going to do graduate diploma. postgraduate certificate. These are the two programs that you would have gone to do. So if you're going to do a postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificate, what are the requirements you need to meet for you to be eligible for postgraduate work permit? The first one here, language requirements. So they have reduced these. People that have gone to college, they said, okay, university, you will do master's, PhD, you need to meet band 7. People that have gone to college to do postgraduate diploma and postgraduate certificate, you need to meet band 5. So a lower, more reduced requirement. Then field of study, you must graduate in an eligible field of study. So field of study requirements, while it doesn't apply to people that are doing masters and PhD, it applies to people that are doing postgraduate diploma or certificate program. So if your intention is to go and do a diploma or certificate, it means that you should be targeting this eligible field of study for you to apply. Otherwise, if you do a course outside of this eligible field of study, they have said it that you will not be eligible. So what happens after school? You carry your bag and you go home. Okay? Now, what are these eligible field of study? So I've shared this thing on my YouTube. You can go and look at it. But now let's see, what are the eligible field of studies? I'm going to click here and look at the field of study requirements. The eligible field of studies for those that are going to do postgraduate diploma and postgraduate certificate. Who this new regulation really impacts are, you must be doing a course in, they said that you must graduate from a program lead to a certain operations in long-term shortage. So they are saying that these programs, they are saying that in these industries, there is a shortage of people. So these field of studies are divided into 5 categories: agriculture and agri-food, healthcare, science, technology, engineering and mathematics, trade and transport. If you're going to do all those social science, all those arts related programs, it says that you are not eligible for postgraduate work permit. So now, what does this mean for you? This is not intended to scare you, but what I'm sharing information is so that you can plan. So it now means that if you are intending to go and do a postgraduate diploma or certificate, then you must make sure that you are in one of these programs. It did not stop there. It goes ahead to list all the fields. So all of these fields are listed here. All the information is listed here. So if you are looking for a program, you can just come here and check to see, okay, is my program here, before you apply for that program. Now, it's funny how, how Canada is setting all these rules and regulations to impact the people that are coming to Canada to pay school fees, because colleges that do, colleges don't have funding. If you're going to do a postgraduate diploma, a postgraduate certificate, you are a self-paying student. They don't have funding. And it's funny how it's these programs that Canada is setting all the rules and regulations all the time to impact them, to impact these programs, people that are doing postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificates. That should tell you something. But bottom line is this, they say that information is power. You need information. But if you make this information now, if you are going to apply, again, there's nothing wrong with postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificate programs rather. There's nothing wrong with them. My only problem with those programs is that they don't have funding. So if you're looking for funding, don't go to do those programs. But when it comes to the quality of the program or the quality of the degree that you get, there's really nothing wrong with them. But with this information that you have gotten today, understanding the postgraduate work permit eligibility requirements, you can now make an informed decision such that when you are going to apply for your program, you now go and choose a program that is in the eligibility, in the field of study, that falls under the field of study category, so that you can meet that field of study requirement. Do we understand what I have said here? Please let me know. Drop a comment to let me know that you understand what I have just said. Do we understand it? So that I can know. Okay? And if you have any questions, if you're joining us on Facebook, on YouTube, please put your questions in the comments. If you're joining us on Instagram, put your questions in the question mark. Let's take a few questions. Today is hair wash day for me. See, I'm losing my hair. I was going to wash my hair, but then it was time to come live, so I just packed it like this. So I need to go to wash my hair. So if you have any questions, put your questions and then we can take your questions. Okay? Yeah, I can throw more light on the language requirements if you want. When it comes to like the CLB requirements, I can throw more light there. You know, it's also funny that already people that are currently in Canada, that's currently studying, this actually even affects them. The ones that are currently studying, it affects them because they'll be submitting their study permit application after November 1st. So it actually impacts them. You know, and this is the thing with immigration laws, right? Like you just be caught unawares and caught off guard because it just happens maybe in the middle of your program and things just change, right? So this is why I tell us that when it comes to immigration relocation, you need to act fast because there's really nothing that some people tell they come to me and they say, give me guarantee. There's nothing that is guaranteed, really. The government can change their laws anytime. So the fact that something was working yesterday does not mean it will work tomorrow because the government can change their laws anytime. But we just really, really need to act fast. Have your option here, have your option B, have your plan C, you know, because anything can happen, anything can change. The other day, somebody sent me a message that they want to apply for a postdoc in Canada and they don't know what to do. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Book a consultation. I'm going to give you all the breakdown and everything, tell you everything that you need to do. And person like, so once I book this consultation, is it guaranteed that I will get the postdoc opportunity? I'm like, when it's not me giving the opportunity, I cannot guarantee you something that is not in my power to give. You know, I can't guarantee you. I can tell you what will work, but I cannot guarantee you something that is not in my power to give you. If I have this bottle now, I can, and it's mine, I can say, okay, I promise you, I guarantee you, when you come to Canada, I will give you this bottle. I can guarantee that because it is mine to give. I own it, I can give it. But something that is not mine to give, how do you expect me to give you a guarantee for something that is not mine? And this is another reason why. And again, this is another opportunity for us to start thinking. Now, if I told that person, you know, because if I was an unsincere person, I was not a truthful person, because I want that person to come and book a consultation so I can collect this money, I can go ahead and say, you know what, go and book a consultation, I guarantee you. Again, this person should be able to know that I don't even have the power to guarantee him. So this is another, we need to start thinking. When people are giving you guarantees, think about it. Can this person, is it this thing that this person is guaranteeing me about, is it in their place to give? Some people guarantee that, don't worry, I guarantee you when you work with me, you get your visa. Are they the ones giving the visas? So they cannot give you that kind of guarantee. So these are, if you are a very thinking person, you should know when somebody is telling you something that is not true. Talk more of him, not asking me to give him. I told him, I don't give these things. It is not in my place to give. So I cannot give you any guarantees. However, I can tell you what works and how to go about it. What you do with the information I tell you will guarantee your success. I don't give it, so I can't give any guarantee. So if you are working with somebody, agents, anybody that you are working with, and the person comes and gives you any guarantees when it comes to relocation, the person is lying with you, so is lying to you so they can collect your money. In relocation, there are no guarantees. Really, there are no guarantees. You do the best that you can do and you hope for the best. Go to your place of prayer, pray, have faith, but you make sure that you are doing your best, and then you can go and pray, because the person is not the visa officer that is giving the visa. The person is not the scholarship committee that is giving the scholarship. Even the people that are part of the scholarship committee, they cannot even guarantee you, because it's not only one person that is in that committee. So nobody can guarantee you anything. But you have to do your best. And then you hope for the best. Use the right strategies, use the right skills. These are some things that you can change to make things work in your favor. Use strategies that you use. Following people that have succeeded. I always say that success leaves clues. Doing things that people that have succeeded have done so that you can replicate their success. So these are things that you can control and you can change. These are some things that can even push you towards that guarantee that you are looking for. But if anybody comes and opens their mouth and tell you, I guarantee you this visa, oh, they lie to you. Okay? So let's take some questions here. I am planning to study business analytics for a second course in January, and I just finished human resources. Do you think I can go ahead with my business analysis? Okay, so Kende Ogundepo, what I would tell you is that I put this link to the to this new update on the YouTube where you are right now. go on that link and go and check for business analytics there. If business analytics is part of that field of study program, then go ahead and do it. But if it is not part of it, then I will tell you that you should not do it, because let me see. See, business analytics is not there. So if you do a course in business analytics, then you are not eligible for postgraduate work permit. So this is what we're just saying. I just searched it. Business analytics is not there. So it means that if you do that course, you are not eligible for postgraduate work permit at the end of your study. Kende, do you understand what I have just said? I'm living in Italy now, and I came as a student after I completed an HND in automotive engineering. Things got hard, and then also I didn't like the program I was studying, which was economics and banking. So I dropped out, but seriously, I am not fulfilled. I want to apply for a bachelor's degree in engineering. Can you assist me? Unfortunately, I don't want people applying for bachelor's degree programs. But if you are looking at going for a master's degree in a place like the US, then yes, I can assist you. Again, you said that you dropped out of your current program. Do you still have a valid status in the country that you are in? If your status is not valid, sorry, I can't work with you, I can't help you. But if you still have a valid status, so after you dropped out of school, maybe you changed to work permit or something, then I can work with you. Okay? Okay, please, can you throw more light on the language requirements and the requirements you are supposed to know? Okay, so I've talked about the requirements you're supposed to know. Now let us throw more light on the language requirements. So for the language requirements, they divided it into two parts. They have the language requirement for people that have done master's degree, bachelor's, master's, or PhD, and people that have done, and for people that have done postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificate. So the language requirements for people that have done, for people that are going to do master's, PhD, or bachelor's degree is CLB7. So CLB7 says minimum of CLB7 in all 4 skills. So let's see what CLB7 is. It's somewhere here. I saw it somewhere here. So the skill we are looking at is reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So let's see what CLB7, which is what Canada uses. Okay, Canadian benchmarks. Where are they? This is so long ago. I want to be looking at this thing. Okay, let me see the PDF. And I will just search comma F CLB7. Okay, let's see what it says again. Oh, these are long things. I just want to see what your scores are for CLB7. Oh, this is not what I'm looking for. Okay, let me Google it. CLB7. Six. Yeah, so I'm looking for it. Okay, CLB7. I found it on the IELTS website. Okay, so I found CLB7 on the IELTS website, and CLB7. So now there are 4 skills that you test when you do English test. You're testing, people on YouTube and Facebook can see what I'm sharing. So they are testing your listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So now for the requirements for people that have done master's or PhD program, you need to have a CLB7. CLB7 means that in each of these skills, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, you should get a 6.0. That's for CLB 7. Now, what about for somebody that has gone to do a postgraduate diploma or a postgraduate certificate? The requirements are less for them, and they said that they should have a CLB 5. That's what it says, CLB 5. So for them, their CLB 5 means that you should get 5 in listening, 4 in reading, 5 in writing, and 5 in speaking. So yeah, that's what the CLB requirements are. I'm going to duplicate this tab. I'm going to go back here, go back one more, and share this tab instead. Okay. So yeah, let's see other questions that they've asked us here. Okay, it says I came to work permit. Okay, Theophilus, you can send me a message. We can work with you. Okay. I have a master's degree in early childhood education here in Nigeria. Can I do a master's degree in early childhood education abroad? Yes, you can. You can. The way you package your application is what's going to determine what you can do. I tell people that anybody can do anything. You have a PhD, you want to do a diploma, you can do that. You have a PhD, you want to do a master's degree, you can do that. You have a PhD, you want to do a postdoc, you can do that. Anybody can do anything. Like, everything can be figured out. It just depends on how you package your application. If you're on Instagram, put your question in the question mark. I guess some of you have your question longer. All the comments, all the people coming in and out have made your comment to scroll so far. I can't go back. So if you're on Instagram, put your question in the question mark, okay? Let's take some questions here. I am presently doing a course that is not on the list. My partner has gotten an admission for MBA in tech for winter intake. Does he need to write English exam? Can I apply for spousal open work permit if he gets his study work permit? Okay, so if right now your partner, for him to get the study visa, he doesn't need to write an English exam. But at the time that your partner is applying for postgraduate work permit after study, he needs to write an English exam. So going forward, starting November 1st, everybody in Canada applying for postgraduate work permit needs to write an English test. That is what this new rule has said. Everybody, starting from November 1, everybody after November 1 do an English test. That's what this thing has said. What would you suggest as the appropriate timeline to take the language test for masters? Okay, so your English test is only valid for 2 years. So if you know that you're going to apply for a postgraduate work permit, it means that because after you complete your studies, let's say that you finish your study in December, you need to apply for your postgraduate work permit within 6 months. That's the period you have to apply for postgraduate work permit. So it means that by the time you are completing your study and getting ready to apply for your postgraduate work permit, you should already have your English test. So you remember your English test is valid for 2 years. So just before you finish, you can write your English exam so that it's available for you. And again, I'll tell you to give yourself time to write English exam, because even if you don't speak English, many people, you'll be surprised at the amount of people that fail this English exam. You really be surprised. So in fact, if I'm to advise you, I would say that you should start early, maybe 1 year before you are ready to apply. So if you fail it and you don't miss that CLB band, you don't meet the minimum requirements to pass it, then you have the opportunity to retake the test again before your eligibility period to apply for your work permit elapses. Do we understand what I have just said? Because the amount of people that fail this test is alarming. You will be surprised. The fact that you speak English does not mean that you can pass an English exam. It's really entirely different. And the culprit especially is that reading and speaking. When somebody asks you a question and interview you, you'll be surprised how many people begin to fidget and they cannot speak. So you need to give yourself the opportunity to pass the exam, and you need to give yourself that time. Okay? So please, where can one find the courses that are eligible for postgraduate work permit? Okay, like I said, I am streaming live on YouTube and Facebook as well, and I have shared my screen there. I put the link on my YouTube. So if you go to my YouTube at Zino Jobo, I pinned my name there. If you go to my YouTube, you'll be able to find it. I shared the link there, but I cannot share anything on Instagram because I just can't. It doesn't work. Instagram does not allow that. Can I apply for spousal open work permit or PGWP? So when your partner gets his admission, you apply for spousal open work permit, not PGWP. PGWP, postgraduate work permit is after you have completed your study. So now your spouse, who is the student, is the one that is eligible for postgraduate work permit because he has studied. Then you would apply for work permit on your spouse. But when your spouse is still a student, you are eligible for spousal open work permit because your spouse is doing a master's program. If your spouse is doing that program, diploma certificate, you are not eligible. The list shows management science. Is masters in management eligible? So again, I don't know if you have gone to actually do the search on the list. You need to do like a thorough search, right? For you to find masters in management. No, so if you are going to do a master's course, it doesn't apply to you. It says it here. So anybody that is doing masters, you don't need to bother about that list because it says it here. Field of study requirement. If you graduated from a university's bachelor's degree, master's degree, or doctoral degree program, all fields of studies are eligible. There is no additional field of study requirement. So if you're going to do a master's in Canada, don't bother about the eligibility requirements. Those people that are going to do postgraduate diploma or postgraduate certificate, they are the ones that this field of study requirements affects. What about education courses? Masters in education, you are fine. If you are going to do diploma in education, you need to go and check that education is on that list before you apply for it, so that you are sure that you can get postgraduate, you are eligible for postgraduate work permit after your study. What about community service? Like I said, go and check that list. Check the list. That's where you get the information from. Where can one find the eligibility courses? I shared the link. And again, you can just Google it. Just Google what is it called? Let me tell you what to Google so that if you are not able to make it to YouTube, Google changes to PGWP eligibility criteria Canada. Changes to PGWP eligibility criteria Canada. Okay, so when you Google it, you will see a lot of things come out. Now, when you are checking it, everybody, all the blogs, everybody have posted everything, what they want. You be sure that on the official website, go to the Canada.ca website. Let me share my screen again for those of you that are looking at me. So now that I've Googled it, a lot of things came out here. You will see this is apply board. This is not the website I want because this is somebody's website. It's not official Canada website. I will come Canada.ca website. This is the official Canada website, Canada.ca. It's not this Canada logo because many people use the Canada logo with their website. It's Canada.ca. So I'm going to click this one and it is going to take me there to upcoming changes. Okay. So yeah. Then you can now look for what you're looking for. And we can look for the new requirements. See new requirements. I'll go there and click it, and then the information is there. Did you see how I went there from a Google search? Did you guys see how I went there from a Google search? Okay. What other things can I do for masters if I studied BBA in business administration? So there are different programs that you can do. It depends on what your work experience are. We need to look into your transcript to see what other programs did you do in your bachelor's degree, especially in your last 2 years of study. I have a master's degree in studies and conflict resolution in Nigeria. I want to do my PhD in Canada through scholarship. How do I go about it? You can go and send me a message. I'll send you the link to the free study abroad webinar that will explain to you how you can go about application. I have BSc in marketing. I'm ready to do nursing or any science related. Is it possible? So you need to see that you need to check that you meet the minimum requirements for this program that you want to do. So the big question is that do you meet the minimum requirements? How do you know if you meet the minimum requirements? Go to a school that offers this program and go and see the requirements for you to do that program. It will be listed on their website. So if you don't meet the minimum requirements, you cannot do it. Is it true that international students in the US are not permitted to work? International students in the US can work on campus. Is it important to do IELTS when applying for master's or PhD in Canada? Okay, I think we are missing things up here. Today, we are talking about postgraduate work permit. Postgraduate work permit is the work permit that allows you, that you apply for, that allows you to work after you have studied. Now, if you are applying for master's or PhD in Canada, for many programs, you don't need IELTS for you to get the admission. But when you have finished your master's and you want to apply for work permit so that you can work after you have studied, they are saying that they have now put a new regulation that you need to apply, you need IELTS. But applying as a student to come and study for admission for many schools in Canada, you don't need IELTS. IELTS is not a requirement for many of the schools. Okay. Please, when applying for study permit for master's degree, can I apply for my spouse for spousal open work permit, or is it after I complete my program? For master's degree, you can apply for your spouse. Your spouse is eligible for open work permit if you're applying for a master's degree. It's when you're applying for PG, for PhD and likes, that's when your spouse is not eligible. But for master's degree, your spouse is eligible. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so I've explained, and I said a lot of you are asking questions about admissions, getting admission. Like you need clarity on this process. And I tell you that the only way that you can really go fast in life is if you have clarity. You don't, somebody told me that, everything happens to you fast is like the speed of light. Again, in case you missed it, I shared my journey. It's on my Instagram. I pinned it. I won't put it on Facebook. I need to go and pin it on my Facebook as well. Now, the reason why things happen to me fast is that I don't waste time looking for information. If I want to do something, the first thing that I do is that I can't find somebody that have done the thing, because it just, as I've done this and succeeded, it just makes your journey faster. But if you are there struggling, not able to figure out the information, trying, failing, really, that is good time that you'd have been using to do other things that are beneficial, that is being wasted. There is nothing wrong in getting help. There is nothing wrong in investing to get help. It will actually help you to move ahead faster. That's what it does. It helps you to move ahead faster. So if you know that you don't know where to start, you are confused. I see a lot of program of best fit questions here, like how do I choose this program? Am I eligible for this program? What program can I choose? And I tell people, when you're applying for admission and for study visa, you need to play towards your strengths. When you relocate to the country, you can do anything. Like you want to go and change to data science, change to any course, anything you want to do, you can do that. But at the point where you're applying, you need to apply for a program that is best aligned with what you already have. If you say, okay, you know what, I don't like this course again, I want to go and do nursing. Once you enter that country, go and do the nursing there. Because it will increase, applying to a program that aligns with your background will increase your chances of getting admission, of getting funding, and of getting your visa. If you tell my life I've been doing marketing, I studied marketing all my life, I've been doing marketing and business, all of a sudden I want to go and do nursing, the visa officer will raise eyebrows and say, why? Because in your visa application, you also claim that you have been successful. That's how you got money to go and study. They'll ask you why, and then they can't deny your visa. So you must alignment is key, is important. I see a lot of people telling me that, I have a bachelor's degree in philosophy. Now I want to go and do data science because data science pays 6-figure. You will not get admission. You will not get scholarship. Even the visa said they will deny you. Why? Because there's misalignment. But is it possible that somebody that has philosophy can want to do data science? It's possible. Is it possible that you can make that transition? It's possible. But at the time of visa application and funding and admission application, to increase your chances, play towards your strength, align it with what you already have. Your program of best fit must align with your experiences or your previous degree. It is very important. Otherwise, you'll be wasting your time. And this choosing a program of best, a lot of people get it wrong, and that's why you see they don't get approval for anything. They are stuck. They don't know what to do. Even some people say they don't know what to do. You don't know what to do, and I'm here. Come and go and gather money. Come and sign up for the mentorship program. It will help you to go fast. The people that work with me that take the program seriously, because again, I will teach you. Like I said it the last time. When it comes to mentorship, there's the role of the mentor and there's the role of the mentee. For there to be success, the mentor and the mentee, both of them must do their part. And I can guarantee you that I will do my part. You have to guarantee yourself and guarantee me that you will do your part. And when the both of us do our part, then there will be success. Right? So the people that work with me that do their part, that they will do, they succeed within 1 year. They take those ones that take it seriously, they succeed within 1 year. You don't need more than 1 year in this application process. You don't need more than 1 year. And if it happens, in the worst is that something happened, and again, like I said, things could happen. By the second year, you get it because you'd have learned through the process. But then at the end of the day, if you are jumping from pillar to post, jumping all over the place, no information, in that your Telegram group, you have dropped your questions since 1 year ago, nobody responded to you. Nobody responded to you in your Telegram group. You are following the crowd anywhere Belefis. Now look at all the information that people have been posting. I'm sure you heard it from me for the first time that these new rules don't impact people that are going to do masters or PhD, because everybody just be copying and paste everybody's information. But finally, at the end of the day, I'll tell you that, your decision is up to you. If you want your journey to be long and painful, by all means do that. If you want your journey to be short and easier because you have direction, by all means do that. But ultimately, everybody's going to decide what they are going to do and what is best for them finally. Okay? So in this live session, I'm going to round up here. In this live session today, we've talked about the new postgraduate work permit eligibility requirements for Canada. And I went over it on YouTube and Facebook. I'm also streaming live right now. I shared my screen and I explained the information there. I was able to show them the website, show them the information and everything that they need there. So if you're watching me on Instagram, I'm going to post the replay on both YouTube and Facebook. If you're watching me on Instagram and you weren't able to see the screen that I shared, you can go back and look at it and then you would see it. Okay, so again, you are so again, if you are like in the process of relocating via the study pathway, I've said you are relocating abroad. I've said it's the study pathway is the only pathway that you can relocate using other people's money. And when I say using other people's money, it's not to do mago or why you're using scholarships. Yeah, scholarships. Scholarships will pay you to study. With scholarships, your tuition is covered. Some scholarships will also pay you living your monthly stipend to take care of your living expenses. It's just like the scholarship that Messi got now. She doesn't have to spend any money as she's studying because her scholarship pays her living a monthly stipend and pays her tuition. So this is why you see some people tell you that, I come from a poor home, but I went to US to study. How did they do it? If somebody comes from a poor home, how can they pay school fees? Scholarship. It's scholarships. That's how all of us came to Canada. So don't think that the fact that you don't have money or that you're from a poor home is your problem. In fact, people say that, you don't control where you come from, but you can control where you're going. You did not choose the family that you came from or the financial situation that you came from, but you can choose the ones that your children will come into. The financial situation, the situation your children will born into, you can choose that. So the choices that you can make and the things that you can control them. Stop focusing on the things that you cannot control. Now, let's talk about saving money, because somebody was complaining bitterly that before for her relocation journey, she has been saving 100,000 naira a month. And now, because of how expensive things are, she cannot even save that amount of money anymore. There are a lot of people that don't even earn 100,000. I told her that for you to be able to save 100,000 a month, like you are lucky. But many people don't even earn that amount, talking about being able to save that. But now let me tell you one thing that I want you to realize here. So if somebody saves 100,000 a month for 1 year, that is 1.2 million naira in 1 year. That is still less than $1,000. Now think about it. How much do you need to study? Let's say the average tuition fee is $15,000 per year, and this person saves $1,000 per year, and only your fee is $15,000 per year. It means that it will take this person 15 years. It will take it will take the person 15 years to save that $15,000, and that's not all, because you need to show your proof of fund. You need to show your tuition plus your living expense. So let's say your living expense, Canada says living expense is 20. Canada says your living expense is $20,000. So she needs another 20 years to save $20,000. So for her to be able to, somebody that is saving 100,000 naira every month, for that person to be able to study abroad, the person needs to save for 35 years to have the money to study abroad. How does it sound in your ears? But I just said this now, that you can squeeze that 35 years into 1 year and don't have to stress yourself to save for 35 years when you secure a scholarship. With scholarship, your tuition will be paid, and they will pay you monthly stipend. And even if they don't pay you monthly stipend, you can work for money, but at least your tuition will be covered. And you don't have to spend 35 years of your life saving money. Like this analysis, it just wowed me right now. 35 years, I'm 36 years old. So 35 years is like my entire life. Like since I was born, my entire existence is the amount that somebody that is saving 100,000 naira a month is the length of time that that person has to save for the person to study abroad. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. So, like I said, explore scholarships. Except you have that money stashed up somewhere. If you say I'm going to save, saving is not an option. It doesn't work. Except you have the money stashed up somewhere, then you can go and collect from the money from where you kept it. But if you don't have it and you are planning to save, just forget about it. It will not work. Okay. Yeah. So if you have any questions that you have not answered yet, send me a DM. We'll take your questions there. And if you have any questions regarding study abroad, relocation, scholarships, go click the link in my bio. Watch the free study abroad webinar. Start from there. Watch the webinar to the end. If you don't watch the webinar to the end, don't send me a message. Watch the webinar to the end. And when you're done watching the webinar, send me a message. Let's discuss and see how we can help you, how we can train you to secure a scholarship so that you too can relocate abroad. Whether you're doing it alone or you have a family that you want to relocate with, all of you relocate. Okay, send me that message, and I'll be happy to respond to you. All right, thank you for joining me live. Thank you for your attention today. You all take care, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you when next I come live. Bye.